season, as your first year, you're at Angelo State University. Just talk about the group of guys that you had this season. How have you kind of learned from them each week?
I've just been really proud of what they accomplished so far this season. We didn't know what to expect when we got here. I think even as a group, didn't have a lot back from last year, brand new staff, a lot of new players. Our goal at the start of the year was just to get better every single day. I thought we'd continue to do that, and I thought, as our season progressed, you saw us continue to improve in the later months of January and February, which was really good to see with so many new people involved with what we were trying to do. Our biggest goal going into this year was to establish our culture of who we wanted to be. I thought we did that a lot quicker than I anticipated us even doing that this year. So, for us to go 23-5 and 19-3 in this conference is incredible. And I was telling my staff we may never see that again. And it was just disappointing to see us finish second. WT going 20-2 and us going 19-3. It just shows how good this conference is and how balanced it is, as far as talented teams in our conference. We played a lot of close games down the stretch, and it didn't matter who you were playing on any given night. I think we gave our crowd a lot to cheer for this year, and it's something I was really proud of, is seeing our attendance grow and our support grow this year. One of my goals for our program was to lead the league in attendance this year, and we did that. And, that goes a lot of credit to President Hawkins and James Reed for what they did to help us accomplish that, along with all of our support staff as well, because, it's made this place really fun to play for our guys. And it's something that I'm hoping that they're really proud of, is what they accomplished here, going undefeated at home as well.
Yeah, exactly. And you mentioned undefeated at home, 13-0 at home. Just talk about how big that was for not only the program, but also just the community that showed out each week.
Well, it's huge for us because, we changed so much, from what we've done in the past to what we're doing right now. And it was, we wanted to get a lot more people involved. We wanted to generate some excitement somehow a little bit more and give our guys one of the hardest places to play in the league for our opponents. And I thought, just as our year progressed and word got out about how blue collar our guys were, and we had guys that were playing really hard and representing our program the right way. I think it generated a lot of excitement in our community, and I'm really thankful for that, because it did make this a very difficult place for our opponents to come in and play. Only 2 teams in our league went undefeated at home, us being one of them, and it's a goal you set every year. You want to win your home games. Win your home games and try to steal some on the road, and we found a lot of success on the road as well. So, all in all, great year. Proud of our guys for what they accomplished at home. Excited to see what we're going to do in Frisco.
Coach, one of the first questions I ever asked you back in January was about hitting your stride around tournament time. Now you guys are on a 5-game winning streak. Do you guys feel like you're actually starting to hit your stride around the time that you wanted to?
I do think we're playing our very best right now. I think guys have a complete understanding of what I want as a coach. I think that took some time because, we got so many new guys that have come from a lot of different programs and played for a lot of different people, and it's trying to get people to follow one voice, and I think sometimes that's a challenge for everybody, especially when you have so much new, is getting them to completely buy into what we're doing. I think the one thing that you can see going into the conference tournament for us is everybody knows their role of what our program asks from them. And you see our bench, it's probably one of the most exciting benches in the conference. You see the guys that, cheering and throwing fingers up, when a guy hits a 3. And it's awesome to see how much support we give each other. And I think role definition is very hard in athletics. And I think the understanding that our guys have of what we ask day to day from them is really the thing that's cleaned up the most going into the postseason. And I think offensively and defensively, it's not a confusion of what we want anymore from these guys. So, I do think we're playing the best at the right time. I'm just hoping, we can go up there and make some noise at this stage.
Yeah, you talked about role definition being very difficult. I'm a Washington Commanders fan in football, so I know culture has been a thing that's not really been evident over there. For you, was there ever a specific moment where you realized like your players were going to buy into what you were ultimately like selling them on what to do within their roles and the culture you were trying to bring?
I think success sometimes speeds up the process. One thing we were very fortunate with is we found early success this year. And I do think that sped up the buy-in from our guys. Sometimes that's a little bit tricky. This is my 3rd program to take over. And, The last place I was at, we didn't find the early success, so it took a little bit longer to get that complete buy-in that we've found now, and I credit our returners for that. They had a very good season last year. You had a regional tournament team here a year ago, and so we had some experience of guys that know what it's supposed to look like and know what winning looks like, and I do think that helped as well. But the fact that we found so much success early, I think led to buy-in, and I think that just strengthened as we won more and more close games, and guys started figuring out, hey, we can do this if we do it a certain way, and we kept finding success in those close games. And I think that's the thing that's probably not talked about enough about our team is, second semester we played a ton of close games down the stretch, and I don't want it that way. I would like a little bit more comfort and have a little bit more of a lead at times, but we come from behind. We've won close games where we had 1-point leads going into the last minute of the game, and I just think that shows toughness more than anything, mental and physical toughness from our program. And that came from early buy-in. And, the fact that we had that showed these guys that if we have a plan and we stick to that plan, we're going to be able to accomplish some pretty fun things this year. And I hope they've learned that for even beyond when they're playing here. Something we challenge our guys with is facing adversity and how to respond when times are hard. And that's going to be in life someday. And I'm hoping the things that they've learned in our program this year continue to help them when they leave our program moving forward.
And then to be the 3rd seed in the LSC Tournament, taking on DBU, a team that you guys came out victorious against earlier in the year. Just talk about what will the new strategies look like for your team going into this season?
It's going to be difficult because we just played them 10 to 12 days ago, and it's one of those for us where we're familiar with the opponent, so adjustments are going to come very fast for both of us. And the interesting thing is going to kind of be the cat and mouse game of who does what and how we respond offensively and defensively to not only our changes but their changes as well. It's probably the one thing I do like is that we have seen them, and it's not a team that we played in November, and it's been a long time. The faces are going to be very familiar. The schemes are going to be very familiar with playing them. They're a very good basketball team. There's no way around that at this stage. When you have a 16-team conference and only 8 teams get in, all the teams in there are good, and you can throw seeds out the window at this stage. Our full focus is going to the first game, and we're going to put everything we have into that game and then hope it plays out in our favor, and then we can have a little bit of fun after that. A 3-game tournament, the thing I like is we've won 3 or more games multiple times this year. We've lost a game and then won 5 games, like that was just stated. We've, won 7 to 9 games in a row. So we've proven we can string some games together and in a hurry. We played a 3-game and 5-day stretch earlier in the year where we had to win 3 games in a week. So I think we're tested for a tournament. I'm excited about that. I'm also excited where we're positioned regionally. I do think no matter what happens this weekend in Frisco, we're going to be playing well into March and make the regional this year. So that's an exciting time for our program as well, is that we've kept the thing going to where we're still playing deep into March and giving ourselves a chance in NCAA tournament appearance as well, as far as competing for a national title as well, because that's the standard that we want to place our team and place our program, is to where we can get it to where we can compete for national championships. So, I'm proud of the fact that we positioned ourselves to have a chance to make it. We're just going to see what happens, because March is a fun time of the year.